A lot of different people corroborated.
Let's go into it because, like you said, indicted. You one of the biggest marijuana indictment, or just indictment in the state of Michigan
at that time.
I think
it's been a guy bigger after that. It was a few guys bigger. May have had something bigger after that, but.
And the feds at the time said you touched how much money at that time altogether?
They said we did like 40 million in 10 months.
40 million.
No.
And do you feel like that was an accurate number? Or was it a little off because it was more or less?
The number probably was really accurate because they said if we sold 40,000 pounds of marijuana in a 10-month span. So they had debtors on a very short period of time. So, but it wasn't probably as elaborate as they tried to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the news, they're going to stretch it. But it really was, if you look at 40,000 pounds, at the time we selling weed like $1,000 a pound. But so, yeah, those numbers are kind of accurate.
Got you.
But to say over a 10-month span, we probably sold way more weed than that at the time. But it wasn't just collective, like one person sold all of this weed, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, those numbers, I mean, we were making millions of dollars, I'll tell you that for sure.
Did you know the indictment was coming?
All right, look, my cousin got indicted first. So I'm on the 5th superseding indictment.
Okay.
So when my cousin got indicted, I knew it was potential I could be indicted because we talk pretty much every day.
Gotcha.
And but I'm probably a lot more reserved than he was, and a lot of other people who got indicted. Like, really not. I never really kind of been no attention or.
So it's always the flashiness, like that, always get people for the most part bammed up on the radar. You think that's what?
It definitely gets you on the radar. I can't say it gets you bammed up because you're gonna be on the radar, but if you don't make no mistakes and don't nobody get caught, then you probably won't get bammed up. But if you become to stick out like a sore thumb, eventually somebody gonna get bammed up and somebody gonna tell, and you know, eventually it's gonna come crumbling down. Like man, I don't care what the fuck you doing, bro. If you doing something illegal, it's always gonna be a motherfucker that's gonna tell.
Always gonna tell.
Always gonna be a motherfucker that flip.
How many of y'all were indicted?
23.
How many flipped? How many wrote statements?
Most of them told.
Damn. So if you would have put a percentage, what percentage of people told?
I would have to go back over the numbers, but the majority, I would say it was more than 50% told.
Wow.
Sure. For sure. Like I was indicted with people I didn't even know. Like out of them 23 motherfuckers, like I never got no drugs from them, sold no drugs to them. If they walked in this room right here, some of the motherfuckers I never knew. And you know, as a kid, I was a young kid getting all this money, so I ain't really know about how the feds work, even though I was rapping about it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm rapping about ducking the feds and how I'm getting all this money. It's gonna be a slap on the wrist because it's marijuana. But I ain't know how the government work. I don't think the government is fair. I mean, the whole justice system, like this is the realest shit, is not fair at all because it's ran by human beings. And
Facts.
Human beings, they lie.
Yep.
So it's not a fair system. Like, you gotta think, the person who doing the crime, he gonna lie so he don't get caught. But the police, they lie like a motherfucker to try to make it stick. So how can it be fair if the police is lying to make something stick? And then at the end of the day, they rewarding a person to say you did something.
Yeah.
So if you tell a person he gonna get 15 years if he don't tell on this person, but if he tell on this person, he could get 7. Shit, what you think most of the people gonna do?
Yeah.
It's a reward. Like, it's not a fair justice system on that level. And then they come with this shit called conspiracy. Like, I never got caught with no drugs. I never been in no raid. None of that shit. And I went to federal prison. Like, I never been in a raid. I had never been arrested or nothing. And I went to federal prison, bro.
Because that conspiracy can blanket a lot of people that you ain't even caught. Like, it's just a...
Yeah, the laws probably changed a little bit since I've been to federal prison because I've been home 14 years.
Got
man,
you.
You know what I'm saying? But I went to jail solely on some people saying I was in charge or like I had the trucks, I orchestrated the truckloads and not no proof or nothing like none of that. I went to jail solely on hearsay, bro.